We have flipped, and this is a great sign for XRP. It's a great sign for the market. And could this mean that we actually have some momentum to build over the course of the weekend? Could this mean that we actually have our next extension, like we've been talking about, just on the horizon? We're going to talk about that in this video. I want to highlight just a few things going on right now. Want to look at also how BTC can be an accelerant for XRP and other assets in the market. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So just looking at most of the market today, we're seeing green. Yeah, we closed on a great note yesterday. Actually, XRP had a nice dragonfly doji candle. It's a bullish reversal candle for those that aren't familiar. And what this is signifying is we may actually have a little bit of green heading through the weekend. I sure hope that's the case. We could definitely use it after the past few days here. But again, XRP just continuing to show strength above that 20-day moving average is a very big deal. And what we've also done now is started to actually climb in terms of the daily stochastic RSI. We said this would probably be the case. And, here we sit trying to approach that signal line while we're in the oversold range. And again, last time this took place was all the way back here on June 23rd. And we know that that led us to a massive rally. Obviously, it took place back here on May 31st as well. Basically, what you need to know is this tends to lead to pumps when we do get this flip to take place. It hasn't happened yet, but at the rate that we're going right now, it looks like it could take place tomorrow or the next day. Obviously, there's no guarantees. These things can change as the weekend progresses, but we'll have to watch and wait and see how this moves. I will say BTC right now showing some conviction and resilience too, despite having a red day yesterday and that big wick down. Pretty mild-mannered today, and that's kind of how the market has been today. Just pretty quiet. Not a whole lot of volume going on. XRP down from $9 billion in trading volume down to $6 billion. So most assets have cut their trading volume by about 30% or so. Maybe that changes as the weekend progresses, because I want to remind everybody that there's still all that short leverage above us in terms of XRP and many other assets. And what we've actually done is now flip to short leverage liquidations. For example, over the last 12 hours, you guys can see there's about a 60% imbalance in short liquidations versus long. So shorts are now getting wrecked left and right as we've gained a little bit of gusto over the course of the evening. Still a big short presence, 92.92 long to short ratio, meaning that there's about an 8% imbalance to the short side. But again, like we were talking about, we're also now very close to this largest week here of 2025. In fact, we're only about a $20 million XRP removal away, an exchange removal from eclipsing that week that took place in the middle of May. So that would be a very big deal. Again, it just continues to show you how strong XRP is acting, how convicted holders are right now. So that's the big flip that's happening right now. But what I wanted to actually look at is this XRP BTC chart, because if you guys haven't noticed, this is actually performing very similarly to XRP currently. And that's obviously because BTC has been so flat. But a lot of these things actually may work in conjunction now. And what I mean by that is, again, we're also seeing this start to flip bullish on these daily stochastic RSI here. You guys can see it is in fact starting to climb towards that signal line. And where this could get a lot of fun is if XRP starts running versus BTC. But right now we're still seeing daily stochastic RSI drop in terms of BTC. Once BTC flips and starts to get bullish and makes this run, this could actually become a kind of an accelerant for XRP and actually essentially slingshot us towards that $5.20 to 25 cent mark, like we were talking about. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. But what I will say here is there's big resistance for the XRP BTC chart right at about 3,070 sats or so. You guys can see we've tapped this several times. In fact, we tapped this back here in March, tapped this again, obviously back on the 22nd, I believe it was. It got rejected both times. So now the question is now that we've come and bounced off of this 20-day moving average, are we going to make another test at this? Do we potentially build something like this, a little bit of an ascending triangle here, right? Where XRP just kind of bounces around versus BTC until about, second week of August before making our extension and nice run like we've done several times before. That's what we got to just watch and wait and see what happens. But I have to say that everything right now is looking pretty good in the crypto market. Confidence remains, which is great. I hate lower volume days. This isn't low volume per se. Like if you remember, about a month or so ago, we were dealing with only $40 billion in daily trading volume there, but this is low compared to what we have been seeing. Typically it's $240 to $260 billion a day during the week, but we'll just have to watch and wait and see how we get through the weekend. Appreciate you guys as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.